Stel dat ze je hier in jouw tijd een wisselsysteem met de tweede doelman hadden voorgesteld. Hoe had jij op zo'n situatie gereageerd?
Ik heb het meegemaakt hoor, bij Standaard ook. Weet je nog in de tijd dat Gilbert Baudard en ik moesten om beurt spelen. En dat is de reden op het moment dat ik heb gezegd, ik ben niet akkoord met dat. En daarom hebben ze één van de twee mag vertrekken. We zullen de aanbieding zien. En aanbieding was KV Mechelen. Dus, jij begrijpt het.
Eind goed, al goed. Dankjewel. Fijne dag nog.
Friday night football from the Belgian Pro League. Two recent cup winners facing off. It's usually fireworks, especially when the big boys are on the road here. From Zona to Zona, it's Mechelen against Club Brugge. Hello from Will Downing. Late drama involving these two last week. Club coming from behind to see off Racing Genk. A late winner from Brandon Mechelen, but trailing for a lot of it. Mechelen leading for most of their game at Zulte Waregem until a stoppage time VAR penalty converted after 99 minutes by Jelle Vossen. Remember him? Mechelen certainly do. Club as well, though. The first home game of the season here. One of the biggest of the season always in Zona. A comeback win here 4 years ago. Still very fresh in the memory, but it was a different side then. They love to reminisce around these parts. Wouter Rankin inspiring the most recent win for Mechelen over Club Brugge here in 2021. The comeback win, a sign of achievement. Who would come back up from the second flight of the first attempt, winning the cup at the same time. A memorable year, and they know how to turn up the heat for the big teams. And the observants among you may have already spotted Michel Prudhomme, goalkeeper here when Mechelen won the league and the European Cup Winners' Cup. And the man who was the boss when the big Club Brugge revival happened a decade ago. It's always an exciting encounter when Club Brugge are in town. Everyone's hopping mad about it. Rob Skov scored the winner the last time Mechelen beat Club Brugge here. Last time they beat Club Brugge anywhere. Hans van Aken, inspirational at the end last week. No Mignolet tonight, you'll see in goal. Get used to it. He's on the bench this evening. And that's the biggest news. One change to Mechelen from their 1-1 draw at Zulte Waregem last week with Bilal Bafdili starting instead of Nicholas Storm, who's on the bench. It's the opening game of Club Brugge's goalkeeping rotation. Norden Jakis is in for all 4 league games in August. Simon Mignolet will play in the Champions League qualifiers. And Said Romero is in defensively for Jola Donez. He's suspended after last week's late red card against Racing Genk. Quite a few new names on the bench for Mechelen as well, who've come from far and near. Eric Lambrecht's in charge tonight, the assistants. Jodoet, Kevin Montenay. Klaas Clarks is the 4th official. Rob Skos and Hans van Aken as usual on captaincy duties. You'll notice something very different about the Mechelen shirts this season. Numbers are a lot lower, but hey, we can read them. That's good news. And just a word.
First home game of the season, we have to give them something. It's a top match. We can do something great today. Intensity, quality on the ball, and believe in it. Come at you, then we can kill it. Hey, let's go!
Top match it sure is. And Rob Scopes was such an inspirational figure when Mechelen last beat Club Brugge. A wonderful winning goal. That was past Simon Mignolet then. Norden Jakers we are due to see in all 4 league games then this month. It's not the beginning of the end for Simon Mignolet, but it's the start of a lot of rotation. And Club Brugge are putting a lot of value in staying in the Champions League. It's the first time in a few years they've had to go through those qualifiers. Nicky Hine making a very, very big call. And you might say his opinion has been backed up by the results last night. Anderlecht losing Charleroi out of Europe. Anderlecht out of the Europa League. They'll be in the Conference League for 2 more weeks at least. Ken Vermeeren is leading the VAR team tonight in Ibiza. In many ways, the biggest match ever in charge for Fred van der Beest. Mechelen so close to an opening weekend victory, only pegged back by a late Jelle Vossen penalty for Zulte Waregem right on 99 minutes. Club Brugge, who are in their new 3rd kit tonight, 7 unbeaten against the Malinois since that top day here in November 2021. It's struck long by Patrick Fluke. Very long. I'm not quite sure what the intention was there, really. Straight to Noorden Jakkers, who is rated by quite a few as being among the best goalkeepers in Belgium. But he's had to play second fiddle a lot to Mignolet, and in the last 3 seasons he has had a hand in the title race, but only due to Mignolet injuries, and there have been quite a few of those. Scholes trying to get it clear, but no choice. Stopped by Rafael Onyedika. Might be a chance outside the area for Ludovic Rice. Had a little look, but no joy. And Zaid Romero, who came a year ago from Estudiantes, but there is a bit of talk potentially might be on his way back there, or maybe Racing Avellaneda. Here's Joachim Seiss. Good ball played up. Solis, early cross was good. Sliced. Vermont in the right place, pointing the way for a corner. He might not get it. Club Brugge, solid attack straight away. Decent ball, crossed by Solis. He did not get a touch, Vermont. Well, you don't always get what you want. And he certainly didn't here. By finishing second last season, Club Brugge having to go the long way this time. They're starting in the 3rd qualifying round of the Champions League this coming midweek. And they'll be facing Salzburg, who saw off Brandbergen the other night. Brandbergen would have been facing Anderlecht in the next round of the Europa League had they not lost on penalties. Away at Haken, they conceded late on to force spot kicks, lost 2 in the night, had won 1-0 in Brussels last week. Good ball played across. The little flick by Vermont was perfect, and Solis slices over. Club Brugge have got into overdrive early on. 2 very good early attacks. Solis to the right place, but he had to stretch for it. Fred van der Beest saying his reputation for being a bit hot-headed is something he has to work on majorly now that he is Mechelen's permanent coach. Twice he's been caretaker before. Came in and placed Besnik Hasi for the European playoffs last season. They'd a decent run. They only lost twice. Unfortunately for them, they drew more than they won. Finished 3rd in that and 9th overall. They were 9 points behind Charleroi ultimately. And Charleroi, after all that effort, winning the European playoffs, beating Antwerp in the European playoff final. And the last night, they go and slip up against Hammarby. And there's no second chance. Chapter open, and Charleroi 4th European campaign is over in the last day of July. Nicky Hein trying to avoid that. A lot of discourse then by switching the goalkeepers around. Something that Simon Mignolet was saying he did not want to happen coming into the season, but he's going to have to like it or lump it. He had a brilliant opening week. But unfortunately, that also means the defence didn't have a brilliant opening week. He pulled off 8 saves, more than anyone else. In the opening round of matches, they trailed for a long time to Racing Genk by a 1-0. Eventually came back to get the victory. Throw will be taken by Joachim Zeiss. Does have Romero in support. Van Aken going a backward route to Mechelen. Decent winner last week, and for once not with the head. Spelers has just signed a new extension to his contract to keep him at Club Brugge until 2028. Welcome news around these parts, definitely. Launched up towards Hugo Verleesen. Decent pullback. Important chest by Rafi Belgali. Got in there first to get it back toward Wenderwolf. Verleesen with a little flick away. The chip by Rice was smart. Three of the last 4 meetings between these two have been draws. 1-1 at the Jan Breidel. Opening game of the season, Zeiss had scored for the lead and Patrick Fluke tying it up. They had won 2-1 here in the 11th minute of stoppage time through Ordonez. Good ball, here comes Fluke. Cross was brilliant, and Mechelen are in front! Kerim Rabte! Breakthrough after 6 minutes! They never make it easy for Club Brugge behind the barracks. And so it is again tonight. What a brilliant move. Rabte has been slight on goals the past few seasons, but he contributes a lot up front. That's onside. Even if Zeiss was playing it on, Romeo certainly was in the middle. Rabte slipping in. Wasn't picked up. Great pace. And Norden Jakkers is beaten after only 6 minutes. What a start for Mechelen. Kerim Rabte only scored 2 goals all of last season. And the Swedish international has forced it in straight away. There is a VAR check because everything's checked. But that should be okay. Lovely cross by Fluke. Sensational break down the right-hand side. Club Brugge were tested a lot last week. Racing Genk created a lot against them. Now, was this offside? The final cross for Fluke towards Rabte. That's what they're checking more than the original one. It's a goal for Mechelen. It's only taken 6 minutes to arrive. 2 seasons ago, 2 draws, 0-0 here, 1-1 in Bruges. Club 7 unbeaten against Mechelen. They've won in 13 of the last 24 visits. But Mechelen know how to show fighting spirit against their most illustrious of visitors here. Didn't have a great home record here last season. They only lost 5, sure enough, but they only won 7 out of their 20 games. And like quite a few in the European playoffs, they lost their way a bit. Loads of draws. They've only won 1 of the last 9 competitively. They are 6 unbeaten, but just 1 win in that time. And they forced the throw here off Mechelen. Decent break by Kerim Rabte, who is running a lot early on. Club Brugge free kick. On by Rafael Onyedika. No joy for Rice over on the far side, who went off reasonably early last week. But certainly an interesting signing from Hamburg after so many attempts, finally helping them back up to the top flight in Germany. Their kickoff is a few weeks away, taking glory in the Zweite Bundesliga. It's a big city, they're a big club, and a bit like Anderlecht, they certainly haven't enjoyed seeing their neighbours take all the glory the past 2 years. But even worse for Hamburg, they were in a division lower. Seiss with a throw, crossed by Van Aken. He's pulled that one brilliantly across. How about that? Spielers. Rice is in support. Mechelen. Solis in a decent position on the edge of the area. It's just a stray in the end by Hugo Verleesen, who again has his spot in the starting lineup. No Adon Yashari. Kerim Rabti was past the last man, but behind the ball when it was played. So onside, on by Spielers. Home support feeling they should have had a free kick, but they have a throw at least. It's a brilliant, noisy, evocative stadium. They have handed out some wallopings to title contenders here the past few seasons. Sonia Sancho have returned to Brussels, chastened a couple of times in recent visits to Mechelen. Club Brugge not so much. Hooked away by Fredrik Hammar. He picks up the number 6 shirt this season. The Swedish underage international has poked forward well. Rabdi, that's a good ball. Crying out for it in the middle. Hammar's made his way up. It's too high for Lynn Laberbach, who scored the lead goal last week at Zulte, which for a long time looked as if it might be the winner. Fluke back across. But Leeson doesn't get it far. Here's Schoofs. Now it's Fredrik Hammar again. Arrived midway through last season from Hammarby, who knocked Charleroi out of Europe last night. And that was a home game for Charleroi too. They'd been 0-0 in Sweden. Late winner to upset their season. And obviously, we'll be talking a lot about the coefficient this season. Now here's a great breakthrough. Laberbach on the way. Brilliant stop that was by Jackers. Otherwise it was heading for 2-0. Well, Club Brugge were cut out time and again defensively last week. It's a yellow card on the way here, which has been greeted with a little bit of disdain by Fredrik Hammar. First caution of the match, 13 minutes in. But loads going on. Romero uncertain about where Laberbach was. Laberbach getting up, thinking about the goal. Romero might have been in trouble if Laberbach hadn't been able to get back up. Eyes on the ball. Romero bundled out of the way by Laberbach, but he had a little bit back to try to pass Jackers. That is a fantastic save. He's 27 now, Norden Jackers. Came from Leuven a couple of years ago, and he's perennially been on the bench week after week. But this is his night. This is his month to prove himself. To face so many opportunities last week against Racing Genk that really put the pressure on. Free kick it is. 17 attempts for Genk. 8 saves by Mignolet. A bit of bite coming into it now. Rice wading in. Oh Hyun-kyu with that fabulous opener last week for Racing Genk. Sailing it past Mignolet. It was a quality effort. Scholes caught there. Back for Romero. Although Arden Yashari hangs around any longer for Club Brugge, wait and see. No further improved offer from AC Milan. There's not really much between what Club Brugge wants and what Milan are looking to offer. It's only a couple of million short. Club Brugge are looking for 40 million all told. Well, the man who scored the opener against them in the Super Cup, Franjo Ivanovic, has departed in his Saint-Gilloise. He's gone to Benfica, 22.8 million euros, 5 million on top of that, plus a further 20% sell-on fee. That could be valuable. Onyedika. Decent ball out wide for Hugo Verleesen once more. Onyedika with a chance to pull it back, and it came off him last. Goal kick for Mechelen, who know how to make it hard for Club Brugge. Decent work that by Jose Massa. Laberbach with a brilliant burst, getting Fluke away down the right-hand side. First time cross was wonderful. First time finish by Kerim Rabti. What a start. Rabti's entering his 6th season now for Mechelen, having joined from Birmingham City in 2020. That's a long distant memory for him now. Now concise. Trying to pick out Rice, but covered well by Red One. Hal. Now, he came from Atletico Madrid a year ago, immediately went out on loan to the Netherlands and Helmond Sport. Mechelen have got a bit of an arrangement going with them. Good debut last week against Zulte, which they almost won. 3rd game in a row this season where Club Brugge have conceded the opening goal. They won the previous 2, and against top opposition in Union and Genk, the other 2 of the top 3 last season. Just too strong that throw for Fluke to chase. Romero covering it, and back to Yakas again. One top transfer has been confirmed in the past hour. Considering one of last season's 2 highest scorers, it's not Tolu, it's Adriano Bertaccini, who has signed for Anderlecht from Sint-Truiden, €5 million deal. He and Tolu both with 21 goals last season, which is some rise for somebody who only a couple of years ago was playing in the 3rd flight of Belgian football, which is impressive. But a man who I think many of us were really looking forward to seeing play tonight, Kiki van Raffelgem, who only 14 months ago was winning the 4th division title, the 4th flight, the 2nd national with Hasselt. He's had an operation, he'll be out for a few months sadly. He'd become a real firm favourite here already, only 6 months in. Van Aken in the centre, and the strike by Rice sliced off from Mont. I don't think it was going in anyway. But good creativity from Club Brugge, if not good finishing this time. Van Aken making it work, down the wing, centred well. That was going well wide anyway from Rice. Well, he's had his moments in his first couple of games. Fred van der Beest, deep in conversation already with Rafik Belgali. He's been here since 2020. He was brought in as an assistant under Wouter Franken. They never finished outside of the top half of the table during the 3 top flight years that Franken was in charge. And the year before that, won the cup, won the Challenger Pro League title as it now is, a double that had never been done before. Seiss. Short run thing. Solis, bit deep. Rice, actually. Ludovic Rice again, as Solis directly in front. And Seiss alongside. Last time Mechelen beat Club Brugge, club led. Scored early in the second half here through Bas Dost. And Hugo Kuipers and Rob Schoofs with spectacular goals to turn it around and earn the win for Mechelen. Solid cutout by Massa. Schoofs. Decent one up the line. Great start for Frederik van der Beest. The good news, they're ahead early on. Bad news, it's still early on. Covered well by Van Aken. Rafael Onyedika on. Whipped away strongly by Massa. Did a good job of it. Been quite busy in the transfer market, particularly the last couple of weeks. Mechelen, they've brought 7 new players in. Also, a lot of their youth stars who'd been on loan away elsewhere last season have been, for the moment, retained for this campaign. 7 in, 12 out. Most particularly Ehrmans and Foulon going to Antwerp, but Ehrmans out with an ACL injury for the rest of the year, sadly. That's an injury picked up against Willem Twey, having come on as sub. Cruel, very cruel. Shot by Romero. Romero brought it on and had the pop. And Antoine de Wolf with the stop. Got a good bit behind that, Romero. Cup winner back home with Estudiantes before doing it again here in Belgium last season with Club Brugge. Decent effort, got a good bit behind it. Didn't feature in the league opener last week. A goal on the way to club glory last season, the only one he scored in Club Brugge colours. Play the short one this time. Solis to Ludovic Rice, across to Seiss. Poke forward. Too much so by Rafael Onyedika, a little bit of cohesion gone. It is this coming midweek that Club Brugge face Salzburg away from home in Austria next Wednesday night. Then next Saturday they've got the derby against Club Brugge. So the home side and that, we've got that live for you. Mechelen have been quite democratic in how they've attacked in this first half so far. Home leg is on Tuesday week, the 12th of August. They will be in group stage football this season. They would prefer it to be in the Champions League. if they can get past Salzburg, who do have a very good European pedigree. Then they'd be into the playoff round. Had some really good European runs. Genk had the fortune of being paired with them. Liverpool and Napoli in the Champions League group around 6 seasons ago. Unfortunately, Erling Haaland was there at the time. Cross was good, the header just over the top. Vermont in, size creating. Vermont unable to keep it down. He was well marked, really. There's not much more that Romeo Vermont could do in that situation. But Club Brugge are continuing to create half chances here and there. They've come good in the second half in each of their games so far this campaign. Covered well in the centre of the park. Lauberbach doing a good job getting it out wide well. Kerim Rabti has certainly played his part in scoring, making a lot happen well. Bafdili on the left-hand side, certainly pressing a lot of Club Brugge buttons so far, and Monchev Zekri too. He's only 16 years old, started last week against Salta, starting again here. Rabti, fair old tangle with Hugo Verleesen. He's a hard worker as a front man. I think he sacrifices a lot of goals that way. They might need to rely on him for goals this season. The header good on target. Solis lurking around, accelerating quickly that. De Wolf keeping it out. Good first time cross. Vermont stepping off it this time. Solis got the head onto it. Van Aken whipping it in. Had a big hand in the comeback last week. Scored the winning goal in the comeback to win the Super Cup the week before at Union. 2-1. Van Aken now. That's a great ball for Solis. To the right-hand side and just over the top. Apart from the goal, they've had the best of it. Just can't get anything on target to test Antoine de Wolf enough. He got inside very well, but the final effort too high. Beautiful ball. It did very well to skip past Patrick Fluka. Just ultimately too high. Been starting games slow. Been conceding. In the last 2 weeks, it's pure predators in Franjo Ivanovic, whose star continues to rise. 2 weeks ago, Oh Hyun-kyu last week with a beauty. There's a lot to be read in Franjo Ivanovic not playing last weekend. I don't know if we read a bit into Tolu not starting against Club Brugge, but usually they would start him. Fluka with the cross and easily claimed by Northern Yakkers. Joel O'Donnell is suspended tonight after being sent off late on for hauling back Tolu against Racing Genk. Marseille is said to be in the hunt for him. That's out. Saiz couldn't keep it alive. Gent have picked up Abdel Kadri from Kortrijk. By the way, they've lost all their best players after relegation. Siber van der Heyden, formerly of Union, has gone to Gent as well. Westlo have picked up Lucas Mbamba, brother of Noah, who won the league title with Club Brugge. And also Antonito Cabero from Newcastle, 18-year-old from Spain. Van Aken pushed her forward well. The important touch by Ludovic Rice, just about finding Romeo Vermont. He's still there. Hugo Verleesen's cross, and Vermont Couldn't quite get the proper touch out the near post. Size to keep it alive. Facing Belga. Size centred for Rafael Onyedika. It is the time of year when every club's best players get linked with almost everybody else. Onyedika, no exception to that. Rice. Got it out wide well. Solis lost out in the close challenge with Rafik Belgali. It's how much club have been able to build together in the opposing half while still losing. 7 attempts for Club Brugge so far. Just one from Mechelen, but so far that's all they needed. Keeping the pressure up, keeping a lot of bodies up as well. Velation short, Rice again. Vermont, good position, just on the edge of the area. Might run through towards side. Romero again. Short for Jakin Sijs. Decent cross, solid one. Good head away by Jose Massa. Here's Romero again. On well by Spielers. It's play on. Back again towards Mechelen. Romero's made a bit of ground on the near side. Club Brugge have had 62% of the ball. They might be behind. They're actually ahead on expected goals for what it's worth. With Layson short. Van Aken on it. Onyedika. Oh, look at the space for Romero and nobody picking him out. And he's been there for a while. Decent one forward towards Solis, and it was a difficult ball, and he got caught in traffic. Labra back helping. Fluke. Stymied right at the end by that late spot kick against Ulster Oregon. And they played really well. Good finish by Lauberbach early on. From a corner. Plenty involved. Halal and Massa. And Rabti touching it on, and a vicious strike on the turn. Fluke, look at that. Brilliant ball to the far side. Nice close control by Monshev Zekri. He's a Moroccan under-17 international. Helped them win the under-17 Africa Cup of Nations a few months ago alongside Amin Ouhabi, who's also in the books of Mechelen. And it's a great burst forward here by Marsa. Couldn't quite go all the way. It's short again for Zekri. He's got involved a lot early on. Karim Rabti continued on the overlap. The cross was perfect really in the end for Yakas to claim. It's a tough old schedule for Mechelen early on. They're away at Westerlo in what's very much a local derby. Next Saturday, then they're at home to Ghent, away to Antwerp. Toughens up again in November. Anderlecht, Union and Genk, all in a row. Short for Romero. Sijs again. Holding it up well. keeping the tempo going. And they have created. It's just the final attempts that haven't been going their way. And the 50-50s haven't been that at all. They've dominated the duels too. Mechelen. Launched long again by Brandon Mechelen, and no joy for Van Leysen. It's short by Romeo Vermont. Van Aken in the middle, Van Leysen having the try, and again he didn't get a lot of power behind it. But that's the warning that Mechelen have to heed. They're getting a lot being aimed at their goal, and sooner rather than later something's got to go in. The Wolf hasn't, apart from that one long try by Romero, had very much to do. Now there was a little bit of a bundle just on the edge of the area there, which VAR had a little glance at, but couldn't find anything conclusive. Nine minutes to half-time. Club Brugge unbeaten in 5 of their summer friendlies. Beaten just the once, 3-1 by Patrijs. Mechelen lost only one of their 6 friendlies. That's to Ajax by 3-2. Onyedika. Free kick won by him and given away by Bilal Bafdili, who's the man who's ended up on the deck. Very nice little flick by Fluka. A little bit of harrying. Ended up going down heavily, Bafdili, and he still is. Another warm evening. Mechelen are handling the heat well. Frederick van der Beest was saying before this match in his pre-game interview that it's going to be tough. It can only be tough against Club Brugge, but you can only try and give it your all. They've done that. It's an interesting one. Whistle had already gone against Bafdili, but was there anything on after that of any consequence? Makes the break down the line. Found by Fluka. He's being held off by Rafael Onyedika. How much contact was there? Had to say from that. And the assistant was in line, Yoda Weert on the near side. Always be guaranteed to have a full away section for this fixture anyway. Antwerp coming here is another big day, and Anderlecht. And these days, Unie Saint-Gilloise. When they're on a roll, they manage to fill the stadium most of the time. It's just trying to be on a roll and stay on it. Lost their way a little bit in the European playoffs last season. 9th overall. That's a good ball. Lauberbach is on the way. Needs support in the middle. They're all thundering down. Lauberbach chance to hold it up. Get it back towards Patrick Fluka again. Red alert for Club Brugge here. Van Aken halting it for the time being. Fluka didn't take the chance to cross it early. Leysen in a good position. Schedule set to fill up a lot. Salzburg over the next 2 midweeks, Cercle next weekend, then Zulte away. If they are in playoff football, then their match against West will be called off. Soli's trying to make his way through. Was he pulled back? He says so. Nothing given by Eric Lambrechts just yet. It's played up the line. Mechelen trying to do some damage. Rabche had held it up well. Might have had a case there, Christos Solis. It looked as if there was a bit of shirt pulling going on him. Now, Mechelen played on after that late penalty incident last week for about 90 seconds, and then with the ball in the middle and the final whistle about to go, play was halted by the referee. Then it ended up being a penalty kick, which Jelle Vossen converted. He's still got it. 3 league titles here, and won 15 seasons ago at Racing Genk. A famous, famous success. Memorable times. Vermont, good combination with Rice. He stayed up there. Van Aken getting it back out wide again. Rice in the middle. Van Aken. Vermont. Very important block by Frederik Hammer. He's gone down. Play will be halted by Eric Lambrechts here. It could be serious. Club Brugge continuing to build and look dangerous. Frederik Hammer with a very important challenge, hopefully from Mechelen's point of view, not a sacrificial one. Vermont about to strike. Oh, he was caught right on the knee. It was the follow through by Vermont. There's nothing deliberate in that. He's trying to have the shots. Follows through on the ball. Now Solis in a real tangle here. His arm was out a bit and down he went. Big battle between him and Belgali. Shirt's being pulled a bit there by the end, but his arm was out. Maybe he was doing a bit of grappling himself. Frederik Hammer has a very strong point to make. No caution after it. But they do have the ball. Club Brugge without the suspended John Ordóñez today. Mechelen still without Benito Raman, who was sent off in the final league game against Gender. And he went on a bit of a spree after it, you might remember. So he's still serving suspension after that. He's Kiki van Raffelgem out after the operation. One of their new signings as well, Tommy Santiago, former Dutch underage international. He currently out, having come from Willem II. Too high for Sison out. That's how much Club Brugge have dominated, by the way. All those attempts, but no goals for them yet. But they've made a lot work. They've certainly made Mechelen work. Covered by Mechelen back. Brugge are 8 unbeaten now, only 1 loss in 14. That against Unis Saint-Gilloise was at home in the title playoffs last season. Covered well by Rob Schoofs. Well, Mechelen have given a good show so far. Importantly, they've scored. Well, they've had to soak up tons of pressure, and there's more on the way coming here. It's too solid a ball in the end by Van Aken to try and get Relation away. Haha, Schoofs looking for a piggy bank off Rice.
Beste supporters, de Jobbitex extra tijd bedraagt minstens
4 added minutes at the end of this first half. Few stoppages here and there. A long Champions League campaign will certainly be the focus for Nicky Hein again. Any kind of Champions League campaign will be. Good ball up the wing, but Fluka won't reach it. Free kick. Club wanted to take it quick. That was taken not just in the wrong place, but in the wrong half. By Van Aken, and a yellow to follow for the challenge. Redouane Halal, 22 years old, Moroccan under-23, won the under-23 Africa Cup of Nations 2 years ago to help Morocco qualify for the Olympic Games, and they had that wonderful run to the semi-finals, and they won the bronze medals in it in the end in Paris. And Issam Sharai now back in the league. Romeo Vermont holding up, Seiss getting involved. It's a fair old belt in the end from the edge of the area by Hugo Verlassen, but rebounded. Decent ball, and the flag is up, and that will be for offside. Well, play was continuing behind the back of Eric Lambrechts, and it's started bubbling up a bit here. It's kept a lid on it today, Eric Lambrechts. They were trying to come away with it. They took the free kick quickly. Then there was that challenge which had a little bit behind it. I think it was from Solis. Waiting in the middle was Romeo Vermont, and then came to pick it up. He had been in an offside position, might have been fouled when it was heading towards him, but play already dead because of the offside. Rafael Onyedika, another tangle, more bodies on the deck. Schoves showing his commitment. Rabtree 2, free kick, Club Brugge. Hard to stay calm in an atmosphere like this, in a game like this. Fred van der Beest is trying his best. It's pulled back well again for Seiss. Short for Hans van Aken. Pulled back for Mechelen, did well. Important cutout. Master in the right place. Chance to bring it away. Do they have a chance of adding to the scoreline here, Mechelen, before the break? That they will. But they do lead at half-time. That's the key thing. Kerim Rabtree scoring after 6 minutes. It's a game which has had a lot of heat in it. That's always been the case between these two at the Asteroid Caserne. Kerim Rabtree, who only scored twice last season, has got his account open in their first home game of the season. They may be relying him up front a lot more this campaign. They've done it without Nicholas Storm too, one of their best creative players, on top of those who departed for Antwerp in the summer. And at the break, it is Mechelen 1, Club Brugge 0.
Here comes a shot, and there's the opening goal. He's able to shoot the gap, he makes a play. Took another look at there when he was sat on the rope, he didn't see him coming.
He was given his debut back in May by Frederik van der Beest, and he's remained very much in his thoughts. And Zerke actually turned down the chance of a move to Ajax last season, where he would have developed, but he wouldn't have been getting first-team football. He is now. And he's showing against Club Brugge, who obviously got out of the big league phase in the Champions League last season. Showing us all his qualities tonight. Mechelen corner, Patrick Fluke to take. Bafdili coming short. Fluke may go the long way now. Fluke in the centre, came off an arm. Very good stop by Jakkers. There could be a sequel to it. Nothing whistled up by Eric Lambrechts just yet. Fluke's cross is good. Rob Schoofs. Again, Jakkers came and didn't reach it. Under pressure from Kerim Rabchi. So it's offside. It's a free kick for Club Brugge, but that could be good news for Mechelen, because Ken Vermeeren and company can watch this back. The arm is out from Romeo Vermont. And the strike on the turn, brilliant by Lauber back in there. It was very well saved. Arms out by the side. He could be in a spot of bother here, Vermont. There's no flick on coming. It's the sort of thing that does get punished here. Wait and see. Club Brugge benefited from being awarded a penalty in the Super Cup, which they converted. Mechelen might be on the brink of getting one here. They weren't awarded a huge amount last season, only 4, but they scored 3 of them. He's going to have a look though, Eric Lambrechts. There is a case to answer. It was a very good stop by Jakkers, but now he might have to save something else. Arm is out. He didn't need much of a viewing. Eric Lambrechts says, penalty to Mechelen. Handball by Romeo Vermont. Club Brugge conceded a lot of spot kicks last season, 8 in total. 6 of them were scored. And Norden Jakkers drafted into the first team. On night 1, he has a big chance to prove himself. Rob Schoofs only took one of Mechelen's 9 penalties last season, including a shootout. They scored 6 of them. They netted 3 out of 4 in the league. Schoofs, the man who sank Club Brugge here finally with a brilliant winning goal 2 years ago. A big job for the Mechelen captain. Schoofs makes it 2! They've scored early in either half. Club Brugge always find it tough here. Tonight, it's tougher than the rest. The prayers have been answered. A fabulous penalty by Rob Schoofs. He sent Jakkers the wrong way. Well hit. It was a brilliant chip from outside the area. That did it for Mechelen. 4 years ago. They have not beaten Club Brugge since. 3 draws in the last 4 games. 2-0 up, still early in the second half. Big job incoming for Nicky Hein and company now. And there is a big argument that Club Brugge have been the better team in the game. They've created more. They've not been efficient up front. Well, now they have to be. Mechelen 2, Club Brugge 0. Dream stuff at the Asteroid Zona. And this is where Club Brugge have to step up a gear or two. It's a tough schedule this month. It's the first game of 9 that's planned for them. They played 60 games last season. It was a joint club record 63 the season before when they had that great run to the semi-finals of the Europa League. That was stopped only by Fiorentina. And that only on a 4-3 aggregate. Redouane Halhal. He's 22. He's had a couple of decent outings for Mechelen this season. Came from Montpellier in 2023. Spent a year in the B team at Atletico Madrid. On loan last season at Helmond, the football club. And that's straight at Jakkers. Tough test for Nicky Hein and company now. They passed most tests the last 4 or 5 months. They've won 11 of the last 14 league games. They've only lost 3 of the last 33. Just that 1 playoff defeat last season. They won 7 of their 10 games. 23 points out of a possible 30, which is spectacular. Usually that's good enough, but Uni Sancho was 28 points, 9 wins, 1 draw, the best ever in playoff football. Solis released on the way, trying to pull it back. Smacked out by Patrick Fluker. Good job done of that. It's a corner kick for Club Brugge. Solis to take. Still plenty of time on their side. Delivery was decent. Mechelen up there, tried to reach it. Solis keeping it in. He's got the chance to shoot as well, across goal. Looking for a corner. That's how much the pressure's on. If they're that argumentative at this stage over a corner kick. It was nodded down by Halal. It was heading out for a corner. He could have let it go there, Solis. Instead he went for the shot. May well have taken a nick off Rob Schoofs. But Club Brugge getting nothing this time. Ultimately, is that the story of the night? In terms of quality of opposition, a reasonably sedate few months, irrespective of how busy the calendar will be. They don't have a couple of toppers in a row. Not for the first few months anyway. And then September into October, Standard Liège away, Union at home to back-to-back, but prior to that, the schedule manageable. Now, a triple change on the way. Carlos Forbes, good debut, having come on last week for the second half against Racing Genk. Bjorn Martu. The heat is on. Forward by Romero. Hugo Verleisen still going. Managed to ride the challenge very well of Moncevseki. Hugo Verleisen on the way. Solis. Verleisen in the area, trying to poke it forward. Looking for Vermont, won't find him. Rafi Belgali coming clear. And getting it far up the pitch. Good break on the way. Lauberbach waiting in the centre. Rabdri looking for him. Lauberbach not quite reaching it. A move almost identical to their opening goal, apart from the finish. They've managed to get the accelerations on. Fred van der Beest has been here through good and bad the past 5 years. It's going to be a quadruple change for Club Brugge. That's really saying something. Solis bringing it on. Control well by Joachim Seiss once more. Oh, that's a big giveaway. Lauberbach on the charge. Doesn't have a lot of support right now. Lauberbach surrounded, holding it up. Rob Skos with a helping hand. Control well by Zerki. Across by Hamar. Halhal. 120 previous top flight league meetings between these two. Mechelen have only won 28, Club Brugge 66. But they're right now not on the route to victory at all. Not a down. Spielers. They have a free kick. Ludovic Rice working. Does he have much time left on the pitch? Romero off. Meyer replacing him. Bit of talk, he might be on the way to Feyenoord. Nicola Tresoldi is indeed replacing Ludovic Rice. That happened last week. Tresoldi coming from Hanover, Rice from Hamburg. Verleisen off, Forbes on. And is it Vermont, I think, is the fourth player who's going to be making his way off. Tresoldi, the German international, on, and Skurash replaces Vermont. Skurash impressive last week. He has a chance to stake a claim for a regular starting spot again that he had 2 years ago, but not last season. With Solis coming in. Likewise, Verleisen being displaced by Yashari, but I'm not sure if we'll see Adnan Yashari in a Club Brugge shirt again. He has served them well. The relationship the last couple of weeks has broken down, though, for the Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year. Van Aken got it out wide well. Here's Carlos Forbes. Good work for the new signing from Ajax. Down the right-hand side. Portuguese under 21. Seiss doing well. Forbes has room to cross. He's time to cross. Took a sweet time with it, though. Onyedika. Outside the area, opportunities. Bjorn Maher playing slightly inside. More than usual. Cross was tempting. Van Aken! Big chance for a big step back into the game. Solid save to Wolf. He knows what's coming for the rest of the game. Good header, Hans Van Aken. Clever touch, chance of the break forward. Belgali on the way. Excellent campaign last season for the Algerian under-23. He's only just turned 23 as well. Scopes through the middle. Launched long by De Wolf. It's a brilliant ball forward. It's controlled wonderfully. Here's a chance for Fluke! What an opening for 3-0 against Club Brugge. What an opening, what a chance. And almost definitively, what a night. Brilliant control in front of goal to send Fluke in. And he just slotted it past the post. Wonderful play by Belga. And the setup in front of goal, irresistible by Bafdili. Pulled across by Solis. He was tempting. Tresoldi was almost in. Reached the final of the Euro under-21s, beaten by England in that. He's learned from the best. Football in the blood and in the family. And almost in place to turn it in. Half an hour for that complexion to change. It might not change. Tresoldi scored 7 goals in the Schweizer Bundesliga last season for Hanover. And they are big clubs, Hamburg and Hanover. They were World Cup venues in 2006. Big stadiums, big football cities. Size second best. Great break down the near flank and controlled impressively by Bilal Bafdili again. They have Bill Antonio on the bench. He's been wonderful the past couple of seasons, full of pace. Dan Foulon on this near side certainly had that too, but he's an Antwerp boy now. And Nicholas Storm. But they're loving this so far, and Lauberbach's on the way. Leon Lauberbach looking for another. Jackers stopping it. And at the moment, he's keeping Club Brugge in this game. Mechelen are rampant. Lauberbach released. No support, had to go on his own. Bursting down the left and almost scoring. Very good save, a vital one. It was low, it was smart by Lauberbach. Excellent, excellent save by Jackers. It's certainly not straightforward from a Club Brugge point of view tonight. It hasn't been so far in all 3 games. Schoos trying to chip, handball, free kick, what a position. Mechelen are having an absolute night of it. Skura sleeping, elbow out, blocking it. Nicky Hine has shown no mercy tonight with those 4 changes coming very soon after going 2 down. Fluke can hit them from here. Bafdili as well. Fluke keeping a good eye on it. Fluke going for it, just too high. This is dream stuff from a Mechelen point of view. He struck it really well. Got good curl on it, but couldn't get enough dip. It is a remarkable scoreline. It's been many years since Mechelen have held a 2-goal lead over Club Brugge. Forbes doing well. Claimed by De Wolf. He stood his ground well. They've had problems settling into the season. Not necessarily a rarity either. Forward by Forbes. Decent ball. Soli's holding it up. Sice getting it out wide. Forbes. Good pull back. Solis is there to score. One down. 2 to go. Good strike. They have a chance again. Lovely finish by Solis to whip it in. They relied on him so much last season. And how powerful that was. Sice pointing the way and then playing it on the outside for Forbes to pull back. And Solis waiting for it. They'd stood off him. Forbes with the assist. Solis, so important last season. Scored 21 goals last campaign, and this is second of 25-26. But here come Mechelen again. How much will they be thinking of Laberbach's great chance just before the Club Brugge goal? That would have made it 3-0. Mechelen's last 2-goal victory over Club Brugge was back in 2014, here by 3-1, and Club Brugge had gone ahead through a spot kick from Timmy Simons. Fluke. Big difference between the second half and the first from a Mechelen point of view is they're getting lots of chances. But still Club Brugge making most out of that. 13 attempts for them and 6 for Mechelen to date. Decent break by Sice into the area. It was dangerous. Goves bounced off him. Brought on by Sice once more. Van Aken. Decent break at the overlap by Bjorn Maher. He's found by Michał Skóraś. Poked him forward well. Skóraś continuing the break. He's got plenty to aim for in the middle. Good ball, solid header. What a chance for Soldi. And just wide. He was in the right place. No movement from De Wolf. Club Brugge continue to look threatening. Fluke going off. Mori Konate entering his 3rd season, having come from Sint-Truiden, the Guinea international. Coming on, he's featured in the last 2 Africa Cup of Nations for them. Fluke having had a brilliant game. He would have wished it to continue and to do even more damage. Club aren't out of the woods yet, but they've got one on the board. And they've got Mechelen on the back foot. Forward again by Solis. Quick free kick, Rafael Onyedika. Look where Van Aken has popped up. Couldn't get far with it though. Good solid block by Hammer. Forbes. Up to cross by Solis. Van Aken having a look. Good control by Leon Lauberbach. Forced his way through there. Very handily against Rafael Onyedika. Good ball over the top. It's offside though. But they're showing some good ambition. Almost 3-0 down. Nicky Hines men are giving themselves a lifeline. And maybe another one coming here. Forbes is on the chase. And he got there first. Brilliant stop by Jose Massa to prevent the corner. And he recovered it. And he can get it away. Right down the middle for Leon Lauberbach. Fouled for the free kick. Shove in the back. And how impressive Lauberbach has been since coming from Eintracht Braunschweig. 2 seasons in a row. He won the 3rd flight in Germany, the Dritte Liga. Double bill for you Sunday, by the way, if you're in a position to join us. Genk against Royal Antwerp. The lunchtime game, that's 13:30 Central European time. Immediately after that, Cercle Bruges against Anderlecht. That's this coming Sunday. Next weekend, on Saturday, we've the Bruges derby for you. Then Ghent against Unis Saint-Gilloise. And on Sunday evening, Central European time, Standard Liège against Racing Genk. Check your listings. Good throw that by Zekri. And he's on the ball with it too. Poked forward by Bavdili. Zekri on the way. Good pull back. Right open in front of goal. Had to react quickly. Jackers only scuffed it away. Onyedika got him into a spot of bother. Jackers clearly was not expecting that at all. Lovely close control by Lauberbach. Short again for Kerim Rabci. Michel Prudhomme doing a lap of the pitch before the game. Goalkeeping excellence. Well, this pullback just got his studs caught in the turf before he managed to get the kick away. Jackers. That's what caught him out. Michel Prudhomme actually was posing in front of that goal. Look at the studs getting caught here, though. Just is going to kick a little slip. First home game of the season. It's already getting cut up in the dugout. Here goes Seiss. Solis got the cross in first time, but too short for Tresoldi and excellent for the Wolf. Rob Scholes pointing the way forward. The man whose spot kick made it 2-0. Well, they conceded from the spot last week, and that was frustrating against Salter Oregon. But they've scored from the spot tonight. A goal which still has them in front. Can they add to it? Lauberbach. Good close control. He's got lots of help. Rob Scholes. Big chance. He was straight at Jackers in the end. Chance of a counter-attack coming from Club Bruges. Solis. Short for Hans Van Aken on the overlap. Opportunities here. And a free kick won by Christos Solis as well. Now here's a chance. And no shortage of takers to this. Good opportunity born out of that. Lauberbach holding it up, couldn't get the shot away from the angle. Scholes met it well. Needed to do more with it. But the opening was good, the chance was great. And now a big opportunity for Club Brugge from this free kick in front of goal. How tempting is this? Otto van der Wolf knows what's on the way. Solis will fancy it. Hans van Aken too. Van Aken, the wall did its job. Rameses did its job. Curled in well by Forbes. It's still in there. Another great chance for Desoldi's head. Just off target. One going to the right, one going to the left. Where's the next one off to? Off target, only just off target. Mar with a setup. And the free kick. Very, very well blocked by Kerim Rabti. They're going to make changes now. It's going to be a debut. Kerim Rabti, who scored the opening goal. He's on the way off, and Monchev Zekri as well. And replacing them, number 21, Halil Özdemir, who came on last week. But quite a story with the other player. Ian Struijff, 17-year-old central defender, makes his way on, professional debut. A great night for Kerim Rabti. These days, he doesn't score a lot, but he has scored maybe his goal of the season tonight. And here come Mechelen looking for more. They've still got Lauber back on, that's significant, up front. They've got 2 changes left to make, and Club Brugge 1. And this is a great pass here by Halil Özdemir. The Turkish under-19 international made his debut as a substitute last week in the draw at Sultan Warwick that they almost won. Only 4 teams won last week. Here's the last change to Club Brugge. Alexander Stankovic, son of Dejan, makes his debut for Club Brugge as he replaces Rafael Onyedika. Just about 11 minutes of normal time to go. Pushing on well still with Solis, and significant that he is staying on too, but cut out well. Bilal Bafdili on the way, good ball up. Halil Özdemir, he's got good pace, but then so does Joachim Seiss. Özdemir, 19. Mechelen have brought plenty through their youth setup in the last year or two, but significantly loads tonight. Frederik van der Beest has had a glance over the youth team. Here's the chance for the ball back, and caught well again by De Wolf. Skurash trying to get it across, and he almost succeeded. Solid opening. Well stopped. Club Brugge are trying it from every angle. And here they come again. Solis! Straight at De Wolf. But chance after chance coming for Club Brugge now. They trail with 10 minutes to go, but they feel they can leave here with something. Suddenly it opens up. Might be a chance to get the cross in. Özdemir in. And the opportunity for Club Brugge to get the ball away being halted somewhat unusually. It's a really impressive burst forward. Belgali on the way down the right-hand side, and then in the centre. Down went Bafdili, colliding with Joachim Seiss, not really the other way around. Has to get it back across the line again, and it will be a free kick again. Halal and Skurash giving each other the eyeballs, and then Eric Lambrecht's joining in. It's been a testy old game. Mechelen, who struggled for good parts last season, dismissed Besnik Hasi towards the end of the regular campaign, put Fred van der Beest in charge, and they rocketed up the table in contention to qualify for Europe. Didn't make it. Solis with a free kick. It's come back across goal. Laberbach controlled it well and got it away. Short ball, Van Aken looking for it, won't reach it. Good cut out again by Frederick Hammer. Definitely Michał Skurash with his hairstyle has the looks of a Noah Lang about him. Nice move for him this summer, by the way. Skurash again trying to poke it through, and Forbes didn't have the radar switched on. And the Wolf will eat up as much time as he can. Ooh, a bit of a drag back there in front of goal. Gesture's been taken. Mori Kanate doing the holding with Tresoldi. Away by the Wolf. Great fiery encounter here. Club Brugge on the comeback trail, but Mechelen holding firm and trying to wrap it up themselves now. Good burst forward. Baftili, he's opened it up. Chance for Ozdemir. Halil Ozdemir having the try, and he's won it back, but the wrong way. And a free kick. He's only 19. And this by Baftili. A regular now, he's only 20. Taken up by Belgali, who's 22. They've got a couple of old-timers, but they've a youthful look about them now. He's run his heart out, Belal Baftili. He's off. And the new signing from Australia, Ryan Teague, who's come from Melbourne Victory, brought on to try and secure the victory. Made his debut last week as sub, on for the final 6 minutes plus here. Taken up by Carlos Forbes. Seiss on the way. Oh, he's sliced that quite a bit, but kept alive well by Michał Skurash. Spielers forward, now it's Forbes. Good combination with Seiss. Forbes in front of goal. Managed to slip past, that was important. Got past Kanate. Here's Solis again. Quality ball, Skurash trying to get the cross in. Very important cut out, Jose Master doing it. Play will be whistled up due to the injury in the edge of the area. It's the hammer. Oh, he was caught by Skurash off the ball as the pole was trying to make a little dart in towards the ball. Five minutes of normal time to go. Mechelen 2, Club Brugge 1. The scoreline by which Mechelen beat Club 4 years ago. They haven't had a success since. A lot of draws though, that's been the story of their life. Not quite Leuven standard, but still a lot last season. 14 in all. Six in the European playoffs. Schoofs on the way. They'd recovered really well under Besnik Hasi when he came in 15, 16 months ago. Hovering around the relegation zone, he dragged them out of it, and then they rocketed up the table and almost got into the title playoffs. They were big contenders in the European playoffs that season, and very much the same last season when Hasi ended up being the victim and losing his job. I always feel about this place, it won't take a lot to bring the magic back. Tonight is certainly magic from their point of view. Can they maintain it? Good little poke forward by Tresoldi. Almost worked out. Decent ball out wide again by Size to pick it up. Forbes wins the corner kick, blocked by Massa. 89th minute. Quite a few times early season, Club Brugge have forced late goals to pick up a point or three. They've been the comeback kings in their 2 games this season. They don't have long to keep that run going. Solis, free kick. It's a foul by Özdemir and a yellow card against the Turkish under-21. It's their 3rd yellow of the night. Too keen. Skurash had lost control. There's not a lot of contact there. Let's be honest about that. Pensive. Tense. Does it all get relieved in a couple of minutes? Solis over the free kick for Club Brugge in the 90th minute. Only a one-man wall, that's probably all they need. Solis getting it long. Important head claimed by big Leon Lauberbach. Opportunity to get the ball away. Maybe a little shove if play on. Claimed by Van Aken. Managed to get it past Schoofs, who was on the deck. And the shot in the end wide by Skurash. Mechelen would have gone mad if that had gone in. Schoofs already is. Bit of physicality. Had a handout on Rob Schoofs, who tumbled over. Big burst coming. Schoofs would have a say. Skurash trying to do the same, but off target. 19 attempts of the match they've had now, Club Brugge. Ortwine de Wolf has been booked for eating up a few more seconds. We will have 6 minutes of added time. Controlled by Nicolo Tresoldi. It's strong. Carlos Forbes on the chase. Put out for the throw-in. Well defended. Jose Massa got it away. Mechelen have got just about everybody back as a defender now. Club Brugge have been tested week after week early this season. Here goes Forbes again. Decent break. Cuts out important. It is the correct side of the flag from a Mechelen point of view. It's a throw. Still 5 minutes of stoppage time to go and nobody's going anywhere. Sice with the looping throw. Managed to get a flick. Carlos Forbes again. Decent pull back. Controlled well on the edge of the area. Soli's having the pop. Seiss getting a foot onto it. Might fall invitingly. Didn't sit up right in the end. Skurash there, it rolls out. Fred van der Beest seeing his Mechelen hold on well. Club have thrown everything at Mechelen tonight. Mechelen had stayed up. Might well have been flagged for offside, that, even if it had produced anything. How can you stay calm on a night like this? Tomorrow, it's Westerlo, Zulte, Standard Liège against Dender and Ghent-le-Louvière. We're back with you Sunday. Double bill from European lunchtime. Racing Genk against Royal Antwerp, followed by Cercle Bruges against Anderlecht. Also on Sunday, Union Saint-Gilloise against Leuven, and Charleroi against Sint-Truiden, which in Japan you will have live and in Japanese. Almost reached midway in stoppage time. Too long for Lauberbach. He certainly fancied a burst, didn't he? Club rallied really well against Genk last week. They had a plethora of chances against them, but they ended up creating loads and scoring enough. They've created loads tonight, but not scored enough. Van Aken trying to change a good ball in, trying to pick out Drisoldi. Really well covered by Belgale by the corner. It's a throw, and no more than that for Club Brugge. Keeping an eye on Hans Van Aken really well, and closely. Seiss has space. Well, remember against Eupen in the opening day, 4 years ago, they needed a stoppage time leveler, 14 minutes into stoppage time from the Ketelera. Pulled across by Skurash, and the header off target again by Drisoldi. A hat-trick of headers, all narrowly wide. The night could have been so different. Drisoldi still finding his feet in the Belgian game. Trying to keep his head. Only 2 minutes to hang on. And in many ways, they've been hanging on all night. But they have been leading all night. Marsa, he's got 5 up with him here. Jose Marsa still going and chopped by Seiss for a free kick. Remember the opening day here? Was it 4 years ago, 2-0 down to Antwerp with half an hour to go. The final season in charge under Wouter Franken, and they caught fire in the last 25 minutes. 3 goals to win 3-2. Just ran past Leon Lauberbach. It's a throw for Club Brugge. They need to get it away, and fast. Nordin Jakkers bursting forward, looking to launch it. And in the end, he didn't. Really stern defending by Mechelen, and more of it there. Solidly won. They could be on the break again here. Ostermeer covering it. Chance to get it away if they can. And he's done it up the line. Ryan Teague. He's pulled it back well. Hammer getting it up. Here's Alel Ostermeer. In the last minute of stoppage time, it's Rob Scopes on the way. And Scopes to Lauberbach. Lauberbach for glory. Superb save by Jakkers. That would have been it. Pure and simple. The full stop at the end of the sentence. They may not need the goal anyway. A night to remember for Mechelen, because they have won it. Oh, Freddie van der Beest. Mechelen turn over Club Brugge on their opening home game of the season. It's like they've won the cup. They know what that feeling's like. They know the feeling of beating Club Brugge, and it's back tonight, and it could have been better. Back on the way, pretty much one-on-one. Brilliant stop by Jakkes to keep the score down. That would have clinched it, but it was the last action of the game anyway. With Mechelen in front, and then the whistle, and then the pure joy. It's been a rarity in recent years that they have beaten Club Brugge, but they've done it tonight. It's only their second win in 9 games against them. Club have been 7 unbeaten coming into tonight. That record is ripped up now. And after a comeback win to claim the Super Cup and a comeback win on the opening night of the league against Racing Gate, Club Brugge lose for the first time this season. They haven't scored the opening goal in any game yet, and they didn't tonight. The comeback terminated. Mechelen 2, Club Brugge 1.